Rule number 4, compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Though seemingly obvious, we tend to forget this rule, especially when living in our ever-competitive world. It was much easier to be the best at a certain skill in a hamlet or country town, but our confidence in our own ability dwindles in the cities and within the internet community of billions. There will always be someone better than you in something, but there are, however, many hierarchies of competence to climb, and many skills to master. Judgments in worth and value help facilitate action, since they determine whether one thing is worth spending more time and effort in, compared to another. Notions of success and failure are a bit simplistic when compared to complicated reality, though there are levels of value to be taken away from this. There are many ladders of opportunity that individuals fail and succeed at climbing. If one has ease in climbing, then it's probably not challenging. We also tend to overvalue some and undervalue others, when in reality we should have a holistic perspective in terms of what we are good and bad at. We compare ourselves to others using a simple indicator like wealth, and act as if we are failures for not living up to this supposedly favored expectation. It was much simpler when we were naive children by comparing ourselves to others, which was especially made easier by the standardized tests. But as adults, we must pursue something more unique and meaningful to ourselves. Professor Peterson takes note on how our attention system works, since our eyes tend to aim and focus on something prior to controlling our bodies to set about for the aim through motor control. We can even see things that aren't there through abstract thought to create new worlds and to try to bridge the gap to them. In order to seize upon this hypothetically improved world, we must first understand who we are, examining our self-critic and self-knowledge in order to see what can be improved. One must learn to negotiate with themselves in order to listen and then to appease their inner critic / superego. Peterson introduced the research of Daniel Simons into sustained attentional blindness, where individuals were unable to recognize other objects or change their attention when focusing on another task. This is shown in the infamous video of basketball players and gorillas. Our vision is primarily concentrated in the fovea, and attention can only take in so much information from the outside world. Similarly, the religions place great emphasis on vision. For example, in Hinduism, the world is Maya, a thinly veiled appearance or illusion that masks the true reality. In our subjective experience, what we attend to is in fact a habitual construct, or heuristic. These perceptual structures are built into the brain itself, and any of the angst that is built up as a consequence of opposing your value must eventually be released. Thus one can't fool their implicit perceptual structures, but one can rewire what they aim at and value. Presumably, their efforts are better spent elsewhere. We can't perceive beyond our aims, but the external reality still exists, with structure and limitations. We have needs and wants to be fulfilled as a consequence of being that needs to be met. We also have a moral nature to contend with, where one must live by proper behavior prescribed by philosophy and religion. Value systems must be acted out, since you can only truly find out what you believe in how you act, according to Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. According to the Hebrew Bible, God is a judge who enacts terrible punishments when covenants are broken. And in the New Testament, God is merciful and all-loving. This seeming dichotomy is the perfect antidote to nihilism, since judgment enforces rightward action, and love and mercy are the instruments of faith, which cause one to sacrifice something in order to fulfill meaning. To conclude, we must learn to pay attention, to gain vision to our self-knowledge and the external world, to aim skywards and pursue the true and the good. Through realization and self-sacrifice, this can lead to perpetual improvement and a sense of fulfillment as a result. Thanks for watching.